Hi, it's Lynn from LynnieCDesigns, and today I'm coming on to show you how to make a theatre fold card. Stands up like that. This is the first one I've made, and it uses the Playful Pets Designer Series paper, which I think is really good fun. This is a birthday card for for a dear friend who actually looks at Pinterest and sends me cards and says, wow, these are great, have a go. So I had to try and make this type of card because she dared me. And this cat here is just well, reminds me of her cat. So Sarah, this is for you. I'm going to make one a dog one, as we've got a cat one. Run through the cardstock that I need, and excuse me if you can hear some whining, because my puppy is actually whining because he wants me to play with him because he's had no attention at all today. I've got a base of basic grey, and I basically used one sheet of A4 and cut it into 4 pieces. So the front panel and the back panel of this card are 10.5 centimetres by 14.8, and then I've got 2 pieces which are for the doors, and they measure, and I've just trimmed them down just slightly, so they are 10.3 by 14.8, and trimming just a little bit off actually helps it the mechanism a little bit more. So I found that out after making my first card, so I'm just sharing that with you. And I have scored that, each of those, at 3.7 and 7.4. I've scored those ahead of time. I've got a layer for the back of the back panel, and that is a standard 10.2 by 14.5 standard mat for me anyway, and that's just so that there's a very thin border. I've got a piece here which is 3 centimeters by 10 centimeters, and I have scored 0.7 on each side. And I'll show you what I'm doing for that. I've got 2 strips, and these are 2 centimeters long by about 13.5. The length doesn't really matter, and I'll show you why. So I've got 3 pieces of the DSP, 2 for the doors, and they are trimmed so that they fit on this panel with just a very narrow margin. I'll share all of the dimensions for this on my blog, and there'll be a link below. So there's 1 for each of the doors, and then this is the same paper, but it's just the other side, and this is for the back, and that is, where's the DSP, so 7.1 by 10 centimeters. And then this is for the front panel, and this is 10.2 by 14.5. So let me just put you on pause, and I will sort my dog out. Hold on. Shut the door, and then that's probably not a good idea. Anyway, let me stick this on to there. And I'm changing it slightly. On this one I had all of this showing, and I'm going to pop the frame down on there. So let me just get some glue. I'm a little bit upside down because I'm halfway through decorating my craft room come office. We are laying laminate instead of carpet tomorrow, and then painting some of the walls. It's turned into a bigger job than we had anticipated originally, so that's on there. I can't do the back panel yet, I'll show you how. And this is that side and this is that side. So I'm going to, oh, hold on, that's that side. So I'm going to make sure that the pattern matches before I stick that on. I did a little Zoom call with a friend and to try and teach her this card fold in the week, but I ended up confusing both of us. So I'm hoping this is as clear as mud. I will try and take some photographs. Actually, I won't, will I? Because I'm doing it anyway. So I'm going to make both of those belly folds. Mountain folds, apologies. Just reinforce both of those. They're the doors on the back bit there. What we need to do here is we are going to cut the hole through, and I found that the best way to do this is with one of these stitched rectangle dies. So I'm going to put you on pause again and cut this. So I've cut that bit out to create the frame. Sorry about the shadowing. And what we now need to do is we now need to cut some vertical slits for the support. So let me get my ruler. It's a bit hard to see on. I'm going to come up 1 centimetre and I want it in the middle, roughly. It's a little bit towards the back, and I'm just going to measure up 1.5 centimetres. So you're basically cutting that on both pieces. And the good thing about the Stampin' Up trimmer is it has a scoring blade as well as the cutting blade. So what I'm doing, I'm making sure these are lined up, and I'm lining up the pencil mark, come down to the point, and then just go up and down that line a little bit, and I've cut a slit. Now what I then do is move it across a fraction, and I come back down because I find the mechanism works a little bit easier. I'll just double check that that's come all the way through. Perfect. Mechanism works a little bit easier for me if it's a little bit wider. I will describe what I'm doing over on my blog. A little tiny slither. There we go. I've got my back panel. You're basically going to glue that section and that section. And you guys know if you've subscribed, and if you're not, please subscribe by hitting the little button and also the notification bell. It's free and all my tutorials are free. I got to 700 subscribers, which is amazing really, because I haven't been very good at being consistent. Let's glue that down there. I'm going to fold that over, and I'm going to fold that over, and then add that second panel on there. and there's just a tiny little gap up at the top and the bottom. So just give that little score, little reinforce there. Make sure that that's really stuck down. And then this bit is going to stick in there. I prefer this. It's funny, isn't it? My first card was obviously made with somebody in mind, and I did it, and then I love it, absolutely love it. But as you do another one, you kind of work out a slightly better way or a slightly easier way, and I think that's quite nice to have the contrast. What we need to do with this one is we need to stick, oh, I've got more animals fighting now, it's the two cats, honestly. This little bit here, now you could score it, but what I prefer to do is just to bend that over and nip it a bit like you would with a belly band, making sure they're snug, but you need to pull this through that. So we're going to cross that down, make sure it's straight, reinforce, reinforce. So that's that side, and this one will go this side, and I try and do it so that they're kind of even, but it doesn't matter. I could have cut that shorter, so we'll leave that to one side for the minute, and then turning this over, gluing that one to that side and that one to that side. I'm making a bit of a hash of this, I know, I'm sorry about that, but there we go. Distracted. Friday. Husband's just texted me to say he's going to be late home from work and that I should eat, which is really annoying because I've got something out that actually needs is for two people. So I'm trying to make those flush with the top and the bottom. So for this bit, cut down the score lines there and then trim off that long bit there. That is going to be the support. So do the same on this side. I think the puppy is finally sleeping. Try and keep it neat, but it doesn't have to be. And then fold down those tabs, and that's quite easy because it is scored, and then we're going to feed that in here. So I've just realized that I haven't cut these slits long enough, so what I'm going to do, I'll do a little bit of surgery on this strip. Let's have a look. Perfect, look at that. And you then fold back out those tabs and it stops it from pulling through. Again, this colour, I haven't chosen very well on the colour, have I? Never mind. Slide that through that side. You have to wiggle it through a little bit, and then that is the support, which is perfect. The back, I'm going to use this sentiment, hope your day is a real treat. So hope your day is a real treat. Move those bits out of the way. I'll shut that up and stick that down. There we go. Now I'm going to try and decide what I want where, and I've fussy cut some of the dogs from the DSP. It does come with the die set, and so the dies actually cut this fella out. Now let me see, I think he would be quite good in there, and then that one, perfect. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm just gonna put the glue there and then stick him right in the middle. Look at that happy face, he is so gorgeous. I'll glue them on later, and then I'm gonna just feed through that side and that on that side. Come on, that's the one I adjusted. Now what I forgot to do, which is a bit of a pain, take those off, use a circle punch to grab a little half circle. Now you could measure it, so if you wanted to be precise, I'm just going to wing it. Perfect, that'll do. And then we're gonna put these back that there, and that one there, and this works. The mechanism, actually, you just have to play around with it a little bit, or I do anyway, so maybe I'm doing something wrong, I don't know. I'm gonna stick him on there, and you just have to think about where you're sticking them, so that where you're going to put the glue. That one there. He's gonna, he looks a grumpy puss, doesn't he? Obviously he hasn't had his treats today, or she hasn't had her treats. It looks like she's wearing glasses. And then actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I need to get the rubber on that. I'm going to stick that little poppet down there as I've cut him out. I love a little sausage dog. Oh, how cute is that? Fabulous. I used one of the dies from the Happy Birthday dies, or the Happy die set. Tiny little bunting. I may add that afterwards. And the beauty with this is, does it need do you think it needs a happy birthday? But you get left with this from the centre, And so for the cat one, I have created this little gift tag for my friends, which I thought was rather lovely. So I will create something with that and pop it on a picture of what I make on the blog, because we have some lovely ribbon that goes with it. Sorry, I've gone into darkness. The sun's gone down. And there are also some really fun little trinkets, and I think I definitely have packed those away. But you've got, oh no, they're here. They come in this sweet. So you've got some bones and a heart. I used a heart on the cat tag. You would probably use the bone on the dog one. And here is another one that I made earlier. This uses the Dress to Impress stamp set and dies, and also the matching paper. So Hello Fabulous, and I think that one's rather nice as well, with some of the bottles of perfume from the DSP. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye for now.